First up here at 6, that new scathing report on guardianship failures in Florida. Good evening, everyone. I'm Paul Legrone.
And I'm Wendy Ryan. Thank you for joining us. Under guardianship, a judge takes away a person's rights and appoints someone to manage their finances and other aspects of their lives. For years now, our I-Team has exposed guardianship abuse in our state through our series, The Price of Protection. And all new here tonight, we are digging into the findings from the Florida auditor and what it now reveals about the state agency that is meant to protect people under the care of guardians. Over a decade ago, we introduced you to Will Barachal, whose story sparked change, leading to the creation of that watchdog agency back in 2015.
I almost lost hope. I figured I will never be back at this place.
New tonight, I-Team investigator Adam Walser exposes how millions of your tax dollars have gone to fund an agency auditors now say is failing some of Florida's most vulnerable seniors.
The I-Team's investigation into Florida's broken guardianship system started in 2013.
You don't get out much anymore.
No, I'm not allowed to.
Tell me why not.
Because my court-appointed guardian doesn't allow me to leave the premises.
We secretly interviewed 99-year-old Willie Burchow when his friends were allowed by his guardian to take him to church.
You see nobody, you have no contact with anybody.
Willie had been placed by his guardian in a locked-down dementia unit where he didn't belong.
If you stay there any longer, you would mentally go down, mentally.
The I-Team was there when a 99-year-old man was released from Florida's guardianship program after a 3-year court battle.
3 months after our story, a judge restored Willie's rights.
I feel like I lost all the problems in my life.
In 2015, Florida lawmakers created the Office of Public and Professional Guardians, or OPPG, to protect people in guardianship from isolation, exploitation, and abuse.
Willie's story is what prompted it. We heard the story and was just so compelling and really knew that we needed to do something.
But a recent audit shows OPPG is failing.
This is actually a follow-up audit we did. And to be honest, in some respects, it was worse the second time around.
Deputy State Auditor Matthew Tracy shared concerns from a 33-page audit report with the State Senate Committee last month. The audit shows the state's 566 professional guardians received 174 complaints. It said OPPG had not developed and implemented an effective monitoring tool to make sure guardians complied with state law.
The extent of the department's oversight of this was a self-asked questionnaire saying basically, did you comply with all of our requirements and how many wards did you monitor? Basically, it was like grading your own test in school.
The report also said OPPG didn't promptly address serious complaints.
People are being kept from their families. They take their money. They sell their house from underneath them. So the more transparency in this process, the better.
Guardianship reform advocates Hillary Hogue and Rick Black say the report confirms what they already knew.
And we will use it and we will hold it like it is a Bible to show everyone what is going on.
And it was just a blessing when the state auditor audited the department and came out with their 2025 report that fully condemned the office and its operations.
The I-Team previously reported how OPPG often took years to investigate complaints.
They go to a black hole.
Our reporting got Governor DeSantis' attention in 2019.
What troubled me about some of the issues you guys raised was obviously bad things are happening, but there doesn't seem to be anyone held accountable.
At that time, the I-Team reported OPPG had 132 open investigations.
And I think that you've had over 130 some cases and nothing has happened to anybody. That just doesn't strike me as being acceptable.
The entire OPPG administrative staff resigned, but a year later, little had changed. The I-Team obtained new internal documents showing a huge backlog even before those resignations.
Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry.
Among the cases, complaints from Terry Kennedy about her Aunt Lily White's guardianship.
I never thought anything like this could have happened.
Lily was isolated from family after a dispute over who would inherit her fortune.
Every month I'm calling and saying another year, another week, another month. Where's the report?
3 years after she filed a complaint, OPPG finally sent Terry a letter saying her allegations were substantiated, finding Lily's guardian wasn't registered and improperly billed her. But OPPG didn't discipline the guardian.
I was so angry when I got the OPPG letter.
Lily died the next year.
She dies alone without her family knowing. And 2 weeks later, we find out.
We uncovered that OPPG found that at least 8 other guardians broke the law, but were allowed to continue serving as guardians.
They got maybe a requirement to go take a couple of continuing education classes, but you can keep the money that mysteriously disappeared.
Lawmakers were shocked by the audit's recent findings.
The things that we're hearing in this committee is really appalling.
Accountability is something we owe our population.
Advocates say unless OPPG is able to hold guardians accountable, more people like Willie will be isolated, exploited, and abused.
You know, Adam, the trouble is, if you have nobody behind your back, then they can do whatever they want with you.
We sent multiple emails and a list of topics we wanted to discuss to Florida Department of Elder Affairs Secretary Michelle Branham, whose agency oversees OPPG, but she did not agree to an interview. Branham has an open invitation to sit down and talk with us about the ongoing and recurring problems at OPPG. I'm My Team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Randy Wright taking action for you.
Adam, thank you. Meantime, to learn more about Florida's broken guardianship system and to watch our investigative series, The Price of Protection, go to our website, abcactionnews.com/protection.